Welcome to the Program Pod, a national award-winning program on the RCBC Podcast Network, which takes a deep dive into the programs offered at RCBC through different perspectives of students, faculty, and employers. And this time, we're actually, again, doing a little bit different, or our three-part series for the Commencement for 2023, breaking it up, doing liberal arts, health sciences, STEM, but it is liberal arts. And with me, as we're doing our student speakers, is actually RCBC's 2023 Valedictorian Madeleine Armstrong. Madeleine, how you doing?
Great. I'm so happy to be here, and I just am so excited to chat with you today.
Right on. Well, what we got going on here is you're sitting here for the Program Pod, and I'll get to know you a little bit. So you just had a great speech out there. First of all, how you feeling, too? We weren't sure we were able to get you in here.
Yeah, no, the speech, I went way smoother than I could have imagined. I was very nervous. I've been super under the weather, so I definitely was a bit scared today, and especially considering the way I've been feeling has been affecting my voice. But I do think the speech went great, and I feel awesome. I'm just happy it's over.
Yeah, I feel you with the voice. Like mine's still kind of on a little bit of nasal congestion kind of going on, allergies and such. But your speech that's out there, which again, we're going to give a little bit of a clip later on. Obviously, it was streaming out over YouTube. First of all, did you, how did you think of President Ciosi's introduction to you, for you? Going to be president and such? So?
Wow, it was very flattering. I definitely, I certainly, I don't know if I would have describe myself in such a way, but it was very flattering, and I felt so honored to be described in that way. I mean, Supreme Court Justice and future president, that's kind of crazy, but I feel like it definitely did me justice. It set me up for a really good speech.
Yeah. And nervous at all? Feel good about it when you went through it all?
Honestly, I think because these are my peers that I went to school with, and just being in an atmosphere where I already felt so comfortable, the nerves kind of left me. I definitely was not. I was nervous last night. I was feeling a little unsure, and especially with everything going on with being sick, I definitely was a bit nervous, feeling a little hesitant last night. But the moment I got up there, I was feeling so comfortable. It was great to be surrounded by people that I know, and everyone was just so supportive. So I was set up for success, honestly.
Well, it seems like it, and obviously you're a super prepared person. We're going to get into a little bit of your bio, what was going on. But first of all, what led you to, let's say, RCBC?
Right. So I graduated high school in 2020, and I did not go right to college. There was so much going on, the pandemic. I did not personally feel prepared for college. And also, I just knew that I needed to wait some time. So I did a service year with AmeriCorps. About
Awesome.
halfway through that service year, I just was feeling like I had matured in such short time, but I also felt like I wanted something to do. I wanted something to apply myself with. So feeling very hesitant and nervous, I did start with my first class at RCBC in the spring of 2021. And it was just all online because COVID was still pretty rampant at that time. And the offerings that they had, most classes were just fully online. So it was a political science course that I started with. And it just kind of was smooth sailing from there. That's how I got involved.
Was political science, like you knew that's what you wanted to do right out of the gate?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's funny. I've always known I really do want to go to law school. And you think about the majors. The cool thing about law school is that there is no pre-law major. There's no set major. But I also have always wanted to understand better how our government, how our country functions, how politics, really what politics is. And for a lot of people, politics is just at the base of it is just decision making. So being able to study and understand how humans interact with each other, that's just fascinating to me. And and that actually blossomed into me picking up economics as my other major, which was I definitely would not have been possible without RCBC.
So you graduated, today with obviously liberal arts and your associates and stuff, but you're at Rutgers as well, right?
Yeah, Rutgers, New Brunswick.
Right. And what are you studying there?
Economics and political science. I'm also doing a minor in American studies as well.
That seems like quite the workload.
Yeah, I've set myself up for a lot of late nights, a lot of studying, but I definitely feel like I can do it.
So in addition to all that, you're also interning with the Department of the States, right?
Yeah, so I did DOS last year. I'm doing DOL right now. and I'm specifically with the Bureau of Labor Statistics at the moment.
Now, DOL is Department of Law?
Labor.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we have to dumb it down a little bit for some of the listeners out there.
So many acronyms. We have so many departments in this country.
So what's next? I know you're talking about law. I have some of my notes here. You're looking to go to London as well?
Yeah, so I got accepted into a program with the London School of Economics for like a summer semester kind of thing to study abroad. And that's really cool. I also am interested in maybe doing some graduate work there. I don't know what that would look like necessarily. I'm very content with this current internship that I'm doing, and it looks like that might be something that I would be interested in for after college. But I'm just gonna go where my academics take me, and if I end up in London and I just love it, then, and I probably will, I might just want to stay there. But yeah, that's on my radar right now. That's next summer, so I have a lot to look forward to in the next year.
Yeah, I want to get back there myself. As my parents being both military, we used to live out there, and I came back to the States. Actually, I used to have an English accent, but you would never believe it.
Yeah,
but I kind of lost it growing up to get over there. But so why London School of Economics?
So economics is really cool because you're looking at the science of decision making. How are people making decisions in every aspect of their lives? I think a lot of people have this misconstrued understanding of what economics is. They think of it as just a business application. It's actually funny. All of my professors, one of the things that they will emphasize is we are not part of the business school at Rutgers. We are in the School of Arts and Sciences. We are definitely not a business degree. And so one reason that I became interested in economics particularly is because it is like the practical applications of political science. It's where you get the math. It's where you can see, these things you're learning in political science and have actual data and statistics for them. So one cool thing about econ to me is that, I have a very firm understanding of the American political economy. I understand that. I've been able to, that's where most of my studies have been focused so far in college. I would like to have a general, a more diverse view of economics. And the cool thing.
Like a global. Right?
Yeah, and I think that that's so important moving forward, especially for those who are interested in being part of our political process. Having a global understanding of economics, having that international experience, I think it just, like anything, it provides different alternate kind of viewpoints for when you're going to make decisions and when you're going to make policy. And if, of course, we have a really rich history of economics here in the States, but I do think that something that I'm interested in is being able to, if I am going to be working in policy, I want that diverse background. I want a different experience. I want an education from someone who isn't just teaching American political economy, and that's really important to me.
Do you think RCBC kind of prepared you for that next chapter?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, RCBC was a fundamental stepping stone for me in terms of getting to where I am with my current studies. It's actually funny. I never really thought of myself as maybe being interested in economics. I know for myself, I had to take micro, or I didn't have to take it, but it was an option here at RCBC for part of the requirements for my degree in political science. I took micro, and I was like, this is the most interesting class I've ever taken. And from that point on, it was love at first sight. I just constantly wanted to be involved in economics. So I finished out my degree here in political science, just completely in poli-sci. And then the moment I started at Rutgers this past semester, it's all been economics. So it's been really cool. It's like I have 2 years of political science, 2 years now to look towards like economics. And yeah, so RCBC was fundamental to that process.
So what was the difference between, say, RCBC and then the four-year school of Rutgers?
Yeah, so, I mean, RCBC, it's top of the class, it's top of the line. You really cannot get, and I actually wrote a paper like 2 years ago now at this point on 2-year colleges and 4-year colleges and the differences between them. And I just think that RCBC is unparalleled. I mean, there's this stigma around community colleges, and a lot of it has to do with this assumption that there's a lower quality of education, right? Like anyone can enroll here, so therefore the faculty must be of lower quality. That's absolutely not the case. I had so many professors here who were fundamental in terms of me essentially developing who I am as a person, but also challenging me. And I was challenged here quite a bit at RCBC in each of my classes. And I think RCBC in comparison to a 4-year school, I miss RCBC quite a bit. Since being at Rutgers, I really miss the connection that I had with my professors here, because I don't really you really have to fight for that at a larger school. You really do. And not that that's not worthwhile. It's always worthwhile to fight for your education. RCBC definitely is a place where if you are looking to develop your academic skills and really become part of a greater academic community, RCBC was that place for me.
That's awesome. And you said you didn't, like, right out of school, you didn't go right to RCBC, you went to the AmeriCorps and stuff. Maybe someone out there, too, is kind of going through that path, or they're questioning themselves out of high school. They don't know what to do, where they're kind of going. So what advice would you give someone else who wants to kind of start, a new beginning like you did?
Yeah, I would say don't rush it. There's this pressure on particularly American young adults to just go, and just immediately jump into something. I would say, especially when it comes to college, take your time and really think about what you want to do. I always knew that college was going to be for me. I just didn't know when. I needed that time to develop as a person and mature. And I definitely will say it paid off. I waited like 6 months to start college instead of jumping right in with the rest of my peer group. And it was tough. The pressure, the social pressure of not being in college, not going away to school. There's this the college experience. It's this idea that you go off to school and you have all these amazing experiences. It's not real, to be honest with you. And I can say that now because I've both been at RCBC but also been at a 4-year school. So I have both experiences, and it's very much glamorized. And I think the best thing I could have done for my education was taking my time with it, waiting until I knew I was ready, and then really just remembering, why am I doing this? I am doing it because I want that career. I want that future for myself. I'm not doing it because that's the expectation or what people expect of me. So definitely taking the time to develop yourself is essential.
Was there someone that inspired you along that way?
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't need to be a teacher, too. It can be anybody.
My mom, for sure. She has been instrumental in every single part of my life. I grew up in a divorced family, and my mom really did raise us for a long time, I'd say, as a single parent. And she is just a tiger. She is a force to be reckoned with. She had a very difficult time as a young adult. She lost her mother, and in that process, she struggled academically, but that did not stop her. If anything, it really motivated her to keep moving. She ended up getting 2 master's degrees, and now she works in the government, actually, and that's probably where I get my other inspiration for wanting to work in the government as well. But she really is a force to be reckoned with, and she just doesn't give up. I think that's something that, I think about her, the situation she's been through. She's had a very difficult set of circumstances throughout her life, and she just does not stop. She's never let that affect her from reaching her goals. And so for me, I have this person that I live with and that I see every day, and I just am constantly in awe of her just ability to keep going. And for me, that's been the greatest inspiration. And I'm lucky enough that she also happens to be my mom.
Oh. And I see where now you get a lot of your work ethic kind of going on there.
Yeah.
Now, my boss, Greg Volpe, who is the executive director of strategic marketing communications here at the college, he was telling me that your mom was streaming all the way from Turkey.
Yeah, she couldn't be there.
Streaming the graduation, I should say.
Yeah, she could not be here today, which I was so sad about. But she had this vacation planned for a very long time to Turkey with some of her friends, and so she was gonna watch. She watched on the stream today. I actually did see. She sent me a text message, and she loved it. So.
What was the time difference there?
Gosh.
It was like 10 o'clock here or something. I don't even know.
I'd like to say, if I had to be certain, I think I wanted to make sure I was following along with her time. So on my clock app, I got it. I think it's 8 hours ahead, but I'll tell you right now. Oh, so it's 6:54 p.m. there.
Okay, not too bad then.
Yeah. That's not even 8 hours. I guess it's 7. So
that's all good.
Yeah.
All right, so you have this work ethic. You're driving everything that you do. Is there downtime for you to even have hobbies or fun activities?
Of course.
And what are you doing when you do them?
So first of all, I'm a firm believer in balance. I think I would not be able to do what I do without balance. You can't just go 100% of the time. You can't. It's not possible, and it's also just not good for you. I have so many hobbies. I love to sing. I love to dance. I love to draw. I love crafts. I love anything that's creative. I also am a huge nerd. I love video games.
Okay.
I actually just I wanted to get myself a little gift to commemorate this occasion, and I bought myself a Nintendo Switch,
Okay.
like literally yesterday.
Did you get your Zelda?
I did.
Okay.
I'm a big Zelda nerd. I loved Breath of the Wild, and I just got the Tears of the Kingdom game, so I am going to lock myself in my room this weekend and do that.
You earned it.
Yeah, you know what? I will say, I definitely, this was a tough semester too, so I feel like I can self-assured say, yeah, I'm happy I earned it. But yeah, there's definitely also spending time with your friends. I'm very much an introvert, but I do think that having a proper support group is essential for you having success in the classroom. And so I love spending time with my friends and my family. And I will say, there's this misconception that you have to like have this very disciplined, and discipline is very important, but you have to have this disciplined kind of tunnel vision path in life if you want to have perfect everything. It's not true. I mean, I got my 4.0 at the same time that I was also enjoying my hobbies, my games and stuff, and I was making sure that I did prioritize the important things, but I also recognized at the end of the day, those important things mean nothing if you don't have ways to celebrate them. So.
Yeah, and you don't want to get burnt out too. Right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's very important. Like you said, the balance is huge.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So before we have I'll let you go because I know you're going to go on to your busy world and such, and just trying to get you in here.
Yeah.
What would be, again, we're going to play part of your speech a little bit later on, and I'll have the full the full commencement speech that you did on our YouTube channel. But some parting words, some wisdom to your fellow graduates, what would you like to say to them?
Yeah, I said it in my speech. I'll say it again here. The only person standing in your way is you. That's just the truth of it. It took me a while to understand that the reason I was not succeeding the way I wanted to was because of myself. That's a hard realization to grapple with. It's hard to admit that sometimes you're the problem. And I definitely have been the problem. I've had circumstances in my life that have definitely made things much harder for me at times. I grew up in a troubled household. I definitely struggled with having friends in high school, struggled with mental health issues. At the end of the day, I was the only fundamental reason that I wasn't able to achieve the things that I wanted to achieve in high school. And when I realized that, getting to college, it changed my perspective, it changed my life, it changed everything. Everything that I do was now centered around the fact that, hey, yeah, I don't want to study maybe on like a random Wednesday night, and I don't want to have to do pre-calculus until, like 11 p.m. But the difference between me and someone else who's not going to get the grade that I get is that I am going to put in that extra mile. I am going to go the extra mile to make sure that I don't inhibit myself. And that discipline, it is priceless. So once you can teach yourself discipline and you can rework your mindset for living, changes everything. So that's my little bit of wisdom for anybody.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for coming on the show. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go
me.
check on Barry out there and everyone doing all their pictures and such. Go speak with some other
yeah.
students, which we're going to hear from some liberal arts graduates here from RCBC. Again, Madeleine Armstrong, RCBC's 2023 Valedictorian. Congratulations. Good
Thank
luck with
you.
everything.
Thank
Keep us
you.
posted.
Oh, I will.
And,
I will.
if you do become president, so I'll be
Yeah,
voting
definitely
for you.
vote for me.
All right, as promised, we're now live on the quad here at Commencement for Liberal Arts. Jay Barga on the streets, as they say, for the old radio, as it is behind, where are we at here? Behind Voda, where all the students are kind of getting set up. And I have my first student I'm going to be on here. What's your name?
Ashley Miller.
Ashley Miller. I know you from somewhere else, right? Also working here, too, but you're going to be graduating. What are you graduating with?
My sociology degree.
Who's your favorite professor?
I'd have to say it's between Renita Brady and Jamie Judge.
Oh, yeah? And what were they teaching?
History and sociology.
Okay. So what's your next step? What are we going on from here?
I'm going to Rowan University in the fall.
You'll be doing sociology as well?
Yep.
Okay. So what's the thing you're going to be missed about being here on campus?
The student life activities, I really enjoyed that. And also the professors, I wish that I could take them with me because they really made this experience unique and really helped me through it.
So, like, if it was like me, I had to have a bunch of like energy drinks and coffee and stuff. What did you live off to kind of get that energy kind of going?
Math.
Math is energy?
Yeah.
Interesting. Never was not expecting that type of answer itself. All right. So what campus building did you spend the most time in then?
Laurel for sure.
Laurel, which is usually where all the liberal arts, students are and such. So what would you say to your fellow classmates that are graduating now?
Congratulations, you should be proud of yourselves and really just take it in today and do big things.
Okay. Well, that's Ashley Miller. Going to be graduating for sociology, so we're going to go on and find our next victim. Ashley, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Sandra.
Sandra, what's your last name?
Sandra Ruiz, I'm sorry.
It's all good. Don't have to be nervous or anything. Where are you from, Sandra?
I'm actually from Burlington County, but I'm actually from Puerto Rico.
Okay. Overseas. Nice. Well, so what brought you to RCBC then?
I'm a transfer from Palm Beach State College from Florida. I moved to Florida from Florida due to my family living here in Jersey. So I just liked the idea of the reviews of the school. When I was searching around, I found that this was one of the best schools around the area.
Okay. Well, congratulations. You're graduating here for liberal arts. What was your major? What's your specialization?
Business administration.
Okay. What's the next plan then after this, after RCBC?
I'm actually in a 3+1, so I'm staying here, just completing my bachelor's degree.
What's been your favorite experience so far here? Been RCBC class, classmates, something standing out?
Just the support overall of the college. As a parent and employee also, I think they have a great system to support as parent and student. So there's a great work balance. I'm a distance learning, so it's been awesome just to have the opportunity to complete my degree and being able to continue towards my bachelor's. That's just amazing. I
guess, do you have a favorite snack in the vending machine, something that kind of kept you going during classes?
Yeah, actually, after work, I always join the student center in the library to do all my schoolwork. And yes, the vending machine was like Snicker, Twix, and Coke. That's just a mix of keeping me up.
Okay. Now, were you a caramel Twix or a peanut butter Twix?
Caramel Twix.
Oh, good answer. That's a good answer. Okay. All right. Well, thanks again. Did you want to say one final word to maybe your fellow classmates for graduation today?
Congratulations to all, and good luck on the next step. And anything you had as a dream, you can do it. Just go for it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show. Have fun. Thanks. All right, so Jay again on the streets here for the program pod outside VOTA as everyone's getting lined up to get their liberal arts degree. Who do I have with me?
Caitlin Lemon.
Harley Ann Sprinkle.
Okay, and where are you all from?
I grew up in Virginia.
How did you end up here?
I did military and got out, came to be with family. So
awesome. Well, thank you for your service. I'm a military brat myself. Both my parents doing 20 years Air Force. So how about what about you? Where are you from?
Maple Shade.
Maple Shade. All right. So Wildcat, right?
Yes.
All right. Make sure I had the right little mascots there.
Yeah.
I'm like Barry the mascot's walking around here somewhere and stuff. So obviously congratulations on graduating here with liberal arts. So what was your major and specialization?
Inclusive education.
Okay, and yours?
inclusive education.
Both of you there. So what's the next step then?
Final senior year at Rowan University, so we're part of the 3+1 program.
Okay. Very nice. Same thing for you then, right? Okay. So what was your favorite experience then so far here at RCBC? You're going to be here obviously on campus a little bit longer and doing some classes that continue at 3+1, but favorite standout, whether it's professor, class, I don't know, snack in the vending machine?
The friendships I made, but I also, Professor Corvina Denton, she definitely made our experience great.
Yeah, she's awesome. I had her on the program pod earlier, and she always asks about your glow moment.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I know the glow moment. Yeah.
The glows and grows of what to do in education.
Yes.
Right. So what's been your glow moment then, if I take one from her?
Probably for me would be how much I've grown over the past year as an educator, like in the classroom and teaching students and stuff. So it's been kind of nice to see how much I've changed.
Awesome. Well, one final thought. Would you like to say to your fellow classmates as we're all moving on to the next step?
Don't give up and keep going. I changed my degree 3 times, so keep it up.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck in everything you do, and you're going to succeed.
Well, I think you're all going to succeed too. Congratulations and have fun on your special day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, another fellow graduate here for RCBC. What's your name?
Jordan.
Jordan, what's your last name?
Francis.
And where are you from?
I'm from Lumberton, New Jersey.
Lumberton, okay. So what was, well, first of all, congratulations on graduating here at RCBC in the liberal arts. What was your specialization?
I'm a video and digital major, video and digital media production.
Okay, so you're with Dr. Brooke Myatt?
Yes, sir.
Doing entertainment tech? Okay, I work with her. She does another podcast here at the college. So how's your experience working with Brooke?
She's a good teacher. She's one of those professors that if you put in the work, you're not going to fail. So she really gave you a lot of opportunities during the semester and throughout her classes to not only just pass, but excel in their courses.
What was your favorite experience so far being here at RCBC?
I have to say, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, I did a photography shoot for the RCBC fashion show that they have for the fall and spring, and that was a very cool experience to do, just seeing all these students get together and organize that. Like, no adults put anything else together. It was all a student effort, and it was a great turnout.
Nice. Yeah, and they actually just had it this year at the Cherry Hill Mall, so it's kind of growing up. You might be able to, you're contributing towards that. So what's your next step here?
Right now, I'm just looking to work for freelance, get my portfolio up, and then I'm either gonna see how it works out, or I might go off and do Rowan or Rutgers to get that bachelor's.
Okay, awesome. And any parting words for your fellow classmates here graduating today?
Just take it one step at a time. Sometimes we have a tendency to compare ourselves to others, and social media is such a big thing nowadays, so we're comparing ourselves to other people, and everyone has their own pace, so just don't compare and just do it at your own pace.
I love it. Good words. Again, congratulations and enjoy, and I'll let you kind of get ready to go get your ceremony. All right, bringing it back to the Program Pod studio here as the rest of the students continue to get ready for the 2023 Liberal Arts Commencement. They would eventually line up by Voda Hall, walk down the path towards the quad where the ceremony was taking place. You got friends, family, co-workers, everybody cheering on their graduates out there on the quad. What a gorgeous day, by the way. Absolutely awesome weather. But as promised, we're now going to take a listen to part of RCBC's 2023 Valedictorian Madeleine Armstrong's commencement speech to her classmates.
This is the message that I wish to convey to all of you. Regardless of what your next step is, whether it be a job, further education, or you're unsure, I want you to remember that the only person standing in your way is you. If you wish to be a high-performing student, you can still be that person. If you wish to achieve a career goal that you think is unattainable, I assure you that it is attainable. I never imagined that it would be possible for me to get above a 3.5 in college, let alone perfect grades. I worried constantly about my ability to transfer to another university, often waking up at 4 a.m. from the anxiety it caused me. At the end of the day, however, there is a new beginning in every area of your life. It is possible for you to find a new start in any and every part of your life. It is possible for you to become someone entirely else and only know that previous version of yourself as a stranger. If I could tell Maddie from 4 years ago where she is now, she would likely laugh in my face and go back to watching movies instead of studying. My point is, there is nothing off the table. Consider this moment your new beginning. Any regret or disappointment you have is nothing. It is the goals, the desires, and the dreams that you have that mean everything from this point on. You don't have to stand in the way of your dreams because you do not think you are worthy or qualified. You can be that person that you long to be. If you wish to see a change to what your life looks like, I urge you to take this graduation as your opportunity to transform your world. And finally, in the words of poet Ernest Henley, it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Thank you.
What an awesome speech by Madeleine. And again, if you want to hear the full speech from RCBC's 2023 Valedictorian, of course, Madeleine Armstrong, you can watch and listen to it along with the entire 2023 Liberal Arts graduation stream available on RCBC's YouTube channel. And for more information about RCBC's Liberal Arts program, including education, law and public service, communications, business, a whole bunch more, you can visit rcbc.edu. And stay tuned for the program pod coverage of the STEM and Health Sciences commencement dropping later this summer. Till then, we have RCBC President Dr. Michael Ciosi to help us wrap up our 2023 Liberal Arts Commencement podcast special.
I just want to congratulate all the members of the class of 2023. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from your right to your left. So before we conclude, I just want to give another round of applause for our faculty and staff who have worked tirelessly to prepare the next generation of leaders. Come on. I want to give a big thank you to all the family and friends in the audience or who are watching who have supported our graduates on every step of this journey. And one last final round of applause to our graduates. Congratulations on your accomplishments. Take care. We're done. That's a wrap.